See, this is where I would normally make a really horrible joke based off of my title, except that this whole thing has been a really horrible joke in and of itself, so I don't need to. This has been one of the worst openings I have seen for such a big movie. It's amazing how bad this is and how badly it's been received. This movie has been received so badly. I have heard through the grapevine that Kathleen Kennedy may end up being fired for this. Oh, please make it happen, I beg you. Now, I've never liked Kennedy because she doesn't know what she's doing. It's not oh, she has a vagina, so I must hate her since I have a penis. Fuck those people that think that. I don't like her because she weaseled her way in using her friendship with Spielberg and Lucas to become the co-chair of LucasArts. She basically became the head of all things Star Wars at Disney because the president and COO of Lucas left just before Disney bought or was in talks of buying Lucas. I'm talking like 3 months before that happened. So because she was the only executive left, because Lucas himself was retiring, that was kind of the whole big thing, was he was going, so that's why they were buying it. They were buying it and he was done. So she was the only executive left, so Disney did what they did with Kevin, I can never pronounce his last name, Feige, however it's said. They did the same thing when they bought Marvel Studios. Marvel and got Marvel Studios. They basically just made him head of all things Marvel Studios because that's what he was before that. So they just left him and let him go about his business. And it worked out spectacularly. So they were thinking, yeah, let's do the same thing with LucasArts. What could go wrong? Well, several years later, she was just put there. No history, no experience, no nothing to do with Star Wars. But she was a producer. Yeah, she was a producer on a lot of fucking shit. That doesn't mean she knows about it. It means she put money in and got money back. That's how producers work. Just because you put your money in doesn't mean you know jack shit about what you're putting it into. Why do you think so many people fail at the stock market? So now there's talks that she may end up going, and that this may have a big impact on the whole Star Wars thing. If she goes, I pray to God, so goes Abrams. I don't know why the man has such a large fan base, but he does, and that may end up being what saves him and keeps a Disney Abrams association going, but I really hope it doesn't, because the man, I hate him. I hate him with a passion. He takes everything good about our childhoods that he didn't like and then destroys them. I mean, for fuck's sake, the bastard remade Wrath of Khan. There are few sins you can commit in sci-fi more egregious than that. And yet he still has a fan base. What the fuck? It's really weird seeing all of these things kind of implode on themselves in the same week as Solo being bad, though. I mean, you got Solo doing absolutely terribly, and word that Kathleen Kennedy may be in trouble. You got CBS saying that they don't have enough money right now for the second season of STD, because they were banking on Netflix putting in a lot more than Netflix are. Netflix are paying for half, by the way, and CBS still can't afford it. That's kind of fucked. You got Thundercats Roar being just massively shit on everywhere because the entire idea of it just screams cash grab. You got Battlefield 5 being the majority hated, and yet the media says vocal minority. Check that like to dislike ratio, you jackasses. Tell me that's a minority. Yeah, a minority that likes it. I don't even have to go into comic books. That's an entire mess into itself. I'm just watching everything implode all at once, and it is so weird to see all this happening at the exact same time. And all the defenses I see around this are hilarious. Going back to Star Wars, the defense I have seen for why Solo was a bad movie, rather than because it catered to hipsters and douchebags that don't watch this nerd shit. The reason that they say it was bad is because, oh well, there was a white male lead, and people don't want those movies anymore. You're shitting me, right? Rather than say that the movie itself was bad, you're going to say that it was bad because race and gender of actor. Okay? Say that about any other race and gender and see how well that flies. Go ahead. I dare you. This wasn't about him being a white male. This was about him being so fucking bad at his job, they need to hire an acting coach in the middle of shooting so that they could get the damn thing to at least be somewhat stable. This was about a robot called L337. Yes, they unironically named her Leet. You're about 15 years late on that one, Kennedy. And she is every single thing that people hate about modern hipsters, modern feminists, modern online activists. Anything you want to put in here, just fill in the blank. She is every single thing that people hate about the extremes that have happened in these groups. And she was done serious. This was a completely serious character. I've had people try and tell me that this was a parody done to mock them, and that's the big excuse, is that, oh, we hate this film because that robot was a parody of us. Here's a little tidbit for you. If it's supposed to be a parody, and it's more, it is so annoying that you cannot stand it at all, then it has failed as a parody. No one has liked this robot. So this is either the worst parody ever done, or it's so damn accurate, it is, grating on the soul. I mean, for fuck's sake, the robot fucking says, I am a strong, independent fembot who don't need no maker. I'm paraphrasing. This was said in it. The reason that some of my friends didn't go see this movie was because of that robot. They were already kind of like on the fence. Once they heard that robot existed, they were like, no, I'll wait till later, thank you. That's how bad one character can make a thing. Oh, well, if you're not going to something for one character, then you must not like anything at all. Tipping point. Have you never heard of the phrase tipping point? If you're already on the fence about something and then hear about one other thing that is so terrible, that's usually the last straw, and you're like, no. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with episode 9 now, because they're bringing back Abrams again. I'm going to say that this movie is still going to make about $1 billion, maybe a little bit more. 9, not Solo. Solo is going to be an absolute bath. Solo needs to make 500 million. And to give you an idea of how well it's doing, its first full week, as of the end of the day yesterday, its first full week, it's made 210 million worldwide. For comparison, Deadpool in its opening weekend, not even full weekend, made 300 million. PG-13 Star Wars movie, R-rated, single comic book character movie. That is astounding, the difference right there. That should tell you. I will be shocked if Episode 9 makes more than $1 billion. It's still probably going to make $1 billion because it's main number, Star Wars. But these movies have been making less and less each time. And I will be absolutely surprised if Episode 9 makes close to Last Jedi money, let alone Force Awakens money. That's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure Kennedy is in hot water right now. I don't think she's going to be fired from Solo, but if 9 doesn't make the kind of money that Disney wants to see from it, then she will be gone. And oh, I want to be a fly on the wall in that boardroom meeting. This has been Math Machine, just enjoying the schadenfreude from how horrible Star Wars has been received. And I told you. I called it. Knew it. Schadenfreude, it's good. Peace out.